If you clicked on this video, you probably read like this. But did you know the way school taught you reading isn't the most effective way of doing it? See, you just read 3 words with one look at the screen. With the age of 18, after graduating from school, I took a speed reading course and it was quite expensive. I think it was around 550 euros and it was back in 2008. But it changed the way I read forever. This skill helped me tremendously in my career. Hi, if you're new here, I'm Jeremy. I'm a 34-year-old doctor from Germany. And if you want to acquire the skill of speed reading, then stay tuned. Before we start, we need to get some misconceptions out of the way. Speed reading is not skimming through text. It is not barely understanding what you are reading. True speed reading involves techniques to enhance your reading efficiency. Some of you might think that when you read that fast, that you can't retain anything, because no one can possibly be that concentrated. But let me ask you a question. If you drive your car alongside a country road at 20 miles per hour, are you more concentrated because you're going slow? Not really. Your mind will wander off. You will look around and see the beautiful nature, and you will see certain details that you wouldn't see. But if you go through that exact same road at 100 miles per hour, where's your focus? Your mind will probably be focused on the road with all of your capacity. And that's the same with speed reading. If you focus on reading faster, all of the other impressions and stimuli won't faze you, because you're hyper-focused on the text, allowing you to retain more. But I have to say, speed reading is not all about the speed. The goal is a balance of speed and comprehension. It shouldn't feel like a sprint. It's just an effective way to focus on proper technique and to limit bad reading habits that you were taught when you were in school. And everyone can learn speed reading. There are always individual factors like language barriers, familiarity with the subject that you're reading, and also your cognitive abilities, but anyone can improve their reading speed. First, stop subvocalization. When you were in school and trained to read, you most definitely started with the alphabet. And next to all the letters, you learned how to pronounce them phonetically to build words. This step was necessary to be able to read the words out loud. And whilst training to read, you were also taught to read out loud, to have proper pronunciation, to pause where it is necessary, and all of that. This style of reading can lead to subvocalization. You might find yourself reading a text while silently whispering the words, or mentally hearing each word in your head as you read. This will tie your speed of reading to how fast you can speak to yourself in your mind. In training speed reading, you want to minimize unnecessary subvocalization because it won't enhance your comprehension and it limits you in reading fast. So if you're a person that reads out loud, I can encourage you to train to stop mumbling the words first. And if you get comfortable with that, you want to minimize the silent voice inside of you. This one is hard, but with the next technique it will be so much easier. If you push yourself to read at a speed that's too fast for subvocalization, the voice in your head will automatically get more silent. And to do that, you learn to read multiple words at once. But how do you do that? I showed it to you in the beginning of the video. You expand your visual range. Instead of reading word by word, you read the lines of the text in groups. Your eyes are pretty awesome. You can take in more words at a glance than you might think. Let's do a test again. Just look in the middle of the screen. I'll put a dot or something on the screen. Try to be relaxed and keep your smartphone at a distance like you always do. You don't need to change anything. Let me just go through generic text. Hi, how are you? I am doing good. Yesterday was a bit stressful, but today I managed to do every task at work. Okay, let me change it up. Hi, how are you? I'm doing good. Yesterday was a bit stressful, but today I managed to do every task at work. See how you can read multiple words, but the point of focus was always the same? Keep on looking at the screen, but this time try not to read with a voice. I will stay silent this time so that I don't distract you. When you master your peripheral vision to take in more words at one glance, let's say you can read 3 words at a time, you just tripled your reading speed. Amazing, right? Another bad habit that you should get rid of is regression. Revisiting text that you've already read is a real speed bump. It's like taking the wrong exit on the road and going through the same route again. The way we trained it in the course was by doing 2 methods. Taking a pencil and following the lines from left to right and then continuing with the next line. So you train your eyes mechanically from left to right, just doing it over and over through the whole page. Because it was an in-person course, they had a device to train our eyes. It was like a ruler that would go down with the page at a certain reading speed. I'll try to mimic it with the video. And we were told to just train our eyes for the path they need to take. It wasn't really about reading multiple words at once at that time. We were told to set ourselves a few points on that page. Let's say you want to do 3 or 4 stops per line with your eye. Just imagine 4 dots dividing a line equally. And whilst the ruler was coming down, we trained to just skip to the dots. So it meant for our eyes to stop, 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 next line. And by doing this movement over and over again, you train your eyes to follow the right path. And to be honest, you don't need a device to train this movement. It was sort of fancy, but you don't need that. Just go 1, 2, 3, 4, next line, 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on. And do that for a few pages. When this movement becomes second nature to you, you can train yourself to read with your eyes and the visual information, and not with the part of your brain that is hearing your thoughts. And also, if you catch yourself moving your head, try to minimize that as well. Your muscles that are moving your head are moving way slower than your eye muscles. Let me tell you, you will be surprised how quickly you can improve your reading speed. Pre-reading can also help you to get to know the structure. If you take a few seconds to skim through the headlines, your brain will take in more information than you might think. Our brain doesn't just work in a linear way. Information that you pulled from somewhere will be brought into the context whilst you're reading. Your brain can anticipate for what is going to come, and this will help with speed and with comprehension. And the last thing that I have to say about this is that, like any other skill, speed reading isn't a special ability. Anyone can do it, but it requires consistent practice and work. It is like a muscle, because you train a muscle memory with your eyes. The more you train it, the more your eyes and brain know what to do with the presented information. Practice first with easier books, go faster, and then go to more complicated papers. Even I will do a refresher course in January, so I will stay on top of it. I read 1 book a week, and if you want to do that too, I have this video for you right here. I hope you're doing well. I hope you learned something. Be sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time, Jeremy Tuesday. Peace.